Hey guys,
Hi. Hello.
welcome in, welcome in. Happy Chit Chat Tuesday. We are back.
Yes, I'm Ron. It's been a while.
It's been a minute. I'm Raquel and Ron from NH Family Ventures. Thanks for being here, guys. We really do appreciate all the support. Let us know if you can hear us. Give us a thumbs up. Let us know if you can hear us, see us, all that good stuff.
Yes.
All right. Hope you guys are doing well. I know it's been probably a month since we've had a live stream.
Yes.
We'll talk about that.
You had a live stream because I was not welcome on the live
You're
stream.
always welcome to our live streams. But the last live stream, if you missed it, we talked about my Mediterranean cruise. So if you have not caught that series, that entire series is available on our channel. And so, talked about Mediterranean cruise. Yeah. It was fun.
That was the 10-day cruise where I had to watch the kids.
7 days.
But you was gone 10 days. Okay. Just want to make
welcome
sure.
Welcome in.
Right cruise.
Yes, that cruise. We got a lot coming up, y'all. Hold on. Let me turn this down. Let's see who we have here in the chat. Let's see. Oops, sorry. An echo there. All right. It says Latanya and Amaya. I think you may be answering some of my questions tomorrow. Yes. So guys, this Chit Chat Tuesday, it's open for any questions you may have about cruising, but we're going to really talk specifically about cruising and accessibility. So you can bring any question you may have, but we're going to talk a little bit about that. But ask any questions you have about cruising or anything you want to know. We're here to answer questions. But let's see who we have here. Hold on, my chat is going wild. What is going on here? Hold on. Do you see that? It's like just moving on its own. All right. Amelia, welcome in, guys. I appreciate you being here, guys. I met Amelia on Carnival Venecia, and she was on one of the vlogs, I believe. So welcome in, Amelia. I appreciate all your support. Thanks for being here. Welcome in, Vicki Weston, one of our channel members. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you for subscribing to Cruise Kibitz. We'll talk about them here in a second. Marjorie, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Hi, Tom. Thanks for being here. My sister Regina is in the chat. Thank you for being here. Another channel member, Jonathan Page. Thanks for being here from the UK. We appreciate all of your support. On the Go with YOLO, another channel member. Thanks for being here. Happy Tuesday.
Hold on. If Jonathan's from the UK, that means it's close to midnight, Jonathan?
Is it?
Yeah, I think there's a 6 or 7 hour difference.
Well, we
thank you for
appreciate you being
up.
I don't know if I would be that support. But we appreciate your support. I guess I need my sleep. We're in bed like 9 o'clock. So, but thank you, Jonathan, for being here. We really do appreciate it. On the Go with YOLO. Welcome in. Thanks for being here. Tracy, welcome in. Let's see another channel member. Thanks for being here. It says our sound is perfect. Thank you. Guys, Sister Cheryl's here. JM, welcome in. I know you guys love her. She is in the chat. Mississippi Girl says, yes, we can. Hey, y'all. Welcome in. Thanks for being here. Everyone's letting us know that they can hear us. Letitia, thanks for being here. Keeping Up with the Griffins, welcome in, and congratulations on your very first magazine feature. Guys, check out Keeping Up with the Griffins. I just saw it today. Amazing highlight there. So definitely check out their channel. If you check out their community tab, they did link the magazine there. But congratulations to you guys. You guys have an awesome channel.
That's so cool.
Kimberly Webb, suddenly she sparkles. Welcome in. Thanks for being here. Amelia's waving. Julie B. Adventures saying good evening. Champagne, welcome in. So a lot of people here, guys. We're so excited to have you guys. We're excited to be back with Chit Chat Tuesday. And I do apologize if I sound a little stuffy because I told Ron, I said, I think I might be allergic to these Chit Chat Tuesdays because every Tuesday, every time we're scheduled, something happens. Y'all don't see the behind the scenes, but it's always something. And speaking of that, guys, I want to say thank you to everyone for all of your concern and support and prayers and well wishes. If you don't know, we had to cancel, I think it was 2 weeks ago, because we had, I don't want to call it a medical emergency, but we had an issue and I shared about it, kind of vaguely shared about it, where, you want to explain?
My wife was experiencing like Bell's palsy symptoms where her face drooped. And I insisted that she go to the doctor because I didn't want to be stuck raising these damn ass kids by myself. So that was the modus operandi of making sure that she went to the doctor.
Yeah, so I made a post about how he pays attention to me. And guys, I honestly, like, I did a TikTok video that morning. I posted the video and everything. No, I didn't pay any attention to what was happening. And after I posted, I think a few minutes after it was live, he works downstairs, and he came upstairs and he was like, "What's wrong with your face?" I'm like, "Well, what do you mean?" So yeah, so it was confirmed that I had a TIA, which is like a mini stroke. So just kind of watching, you know, what I do, making sure I get out, exercise, but I'm feeling fine, feeling great. But we really do appreciate all the support.
Yes,
and thankful that you were paying attention to me, because guys, I edited that video and did all that. I didn't even look at my face, but I appreciate you for being here. And
well, thank you.
Yeah.
And for those of you that don't really know my wife, she is very, very stubborn, hard-headed, and fill in the blank. So it took a lot of convincing to get her to do what was in the best interest.
It wasn't too bad this time,
because I'm not raising these kids by myself.
But yes, guys, thank you so much, and thank you for being understanding that we had to cancel last minute. I think I made a post a few hours prior to that asking if you guys had any questions for our chat, and then I had to cancel it. So, but yes, thank you guys for being here. Also, those of you that are watching on Facebook, thank you for watching. We're trying to start going live on different platforms. So if you're out there on Facebook, I see a few people watching. Yes. Welcome in as well. Let's see, more in the chat. Yep, Sister Cheryl is here. Mississippi girl, yes, we can. Hey y'all, welcome in. Keeping up with the Griffin says, hope you had a great day. Yes, it's been a great day. Let's see, I want to make sure I speak to everyone. On the go, YOLO said, a typical hubby comment.
Yes.
Yeah, you get a lot of those here with Ron. On the go, she's starting off right off the top with a question. It says, what drives your cruise selections? I'll be honest, the price. The price, well, initially, when we first started cruising, it was all about the price and the value for our family. Now it's more so I'm trying to spread our wings a little bit and get out there and see other cruise lines and different ships. My goal is to touch as many ships as possible, to get on as many ships as possible. So right now, the driving force behind our decisions would be trying new things. If you guys don't know, I will be on Crown Princess a week from today, which will be my very first Princess cruise. It'll be just me for this one. So solo cruise. Very short 4-day Alaska cruise. So it only has one port stop, and it's a perfect cruise to, you know, give Princess a try. So right now our driving force is trying new ships and new cruise lines, but we're still always looking for a great value.
So originally, when we took land vacations, everything was a la carte. The hotel was one price, the food was another price, the rent-a-car was another price, and when you add that up, it seemed like cruising was a better value.
It is.
Because the kids were entertained, and when we were doing land vacations, then we had to pay for the land fund, specifically thinking of when we went to Disney.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
so we prefer cruising, and so if we had a choice between a land vacation, a resort, we're always going to pick a cruise. But a couple of things, guys, in the comments, I did drop a link there. If you guys don't follow us on social media, be sure to follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. We are steadily growing. I think right now we have about 13,000 or 14,000 followers on Facebook. Yes. That's kind of happening fast. Instagram's a little slow with growing there, and I share the same content across the platform. So if you're not on one, you're not missing out if you're not on the other. Instagram, I think we're at about almost 3,000, and then TikTok, hopefully we hit 10K. I'm hoping within the next month on TikTok. So follow us there. But guys, if you don't follow us, there was an announcement made earlier today. If you guys are not familiar with Cruise Cadets, I highly recommend you go. I put the link there in the chat. If you guys could go subscribe to them. You guys know these ladies. I know you do. You guys know Siobhan from Parker's on the Go. You know Kiki from Team Reese Travels. You know Cheryl from Sig Cruiser. They have a podcast where they share out at least twice monthly. Now, they took a little break and they're back. And guys, I gave them an exclusive interview. So
you did?
I did. So if you want to catch that, be sure to go over to their YouTube channel, subscribe to them, turn on the notification bell. That will go live on the 21st, which is Thursday. So I know I get a lot of questions asked. I get like some messages sent to me, emails asking questions. So they may have answered some of those questions that you guys have been asking. So definitely follow Cruise Kibitz. And if you aren't following their individual channels, follow them. Parker's on the Go, Team Reese Travels, and Sig Cruiser, all amazing channels. Follow them, but definitely stay tuned for that exclusive interview with Cruise Kibitz. I was excited to be invited to be interviewed with them, and it was a great time. So you guys, you'll have that out on Thursday, but definitely subscribe and follow their journey, their podcast. It's amazing.
Yes.
Something else to follow. If you guys, some of you guys are part of this already, but Siobhan from Parker's on the Go, she is working with Jen Danielle, the Jen Danielle Experience. If you don't follow her, she's huge on Instagram. She has a YouTube channel as well. But they have a content creators roundtable where it's a group of content creators, new, experienced, veteran, just all types of content creators that come together monthly to just talk strategy, share tips. There's like a workbook involved, and there's daily challenges. If you want to be part of that movement, because that's kind of what's going on here, you definitely want to check out, go to Parker's on the Go, follow them on social media. They have all the links. I'll actually include the link here at the end of this live stream. So definitely go back to the description box. I'll include it, but follow and, join for the next Content Creators Roundtable, because it is amazing. And guys, I've been doing this now for 2 years, but I took away a lot of good information during the last roundtable. So join us. It is a good time. Anything else? Anything else? Couple things in the works, guys. I know the last time we met, I talked about, actually the last time, 2 times we met, 10K celebration. Yes. And I gave away a cruise. I want to let you guys know, because I did get a couple questions on that. Shalonda, who was our winner, if you didn't follow, we did play kind of a game, and Shalonda was drawn. She had a high score and she was drawn. So she is booked and she is ready to go on our group cruise, which exciting. Is MSCC Shore, July 4th through the 7th of 2024. Guys, I do have 2 cabins left. So if you are interested, I've closed the group off. I'm not advertising yet, but I do have 2 cabins available if you want to join us on that group cruise. But Shalonda, again, congratulations. She is ready to join us on that group cruise. I think we're up to 64 people. So that's excited great. For that.
And since we had the 10K, now we got up to almost an additional 500. So what, 10,500?
Oh yeah, yeah. I anticipate us. I think we're almost at 10,600. Yeah. So yeah, so hopefully by the end of this month we'll be at 11K. That's our goal. The goal by the end of the year is 15K. So we have 5 more cruises for 2023. So I think we'll get there. I think we'll get there.
I only knew about 3.
Well, okay. I have 5. All right, let's go back to these comments. Let's see. Letitia says, I'm going on Venencia in January 2024 to the Bahamas. Will you enjoy the Venencia? We had a good time on it. I know that right now it's having some mixed reviews, but we overall had a good time on Venencia, and I would cruise again. Rachel Golson, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for being here. LaShante Stevens, finally caught alive. Welcome from Atlanta. Thanks for being here. We appreciate all the support. Latoya Williams, welcome in. Thanks for being here. There's Cruise Kibitz. Welcome in. They said hi to everyone in the chat. Guys, be sure to subscribe. Miss 3 Brizzle, welcome in. Beth Legg, how are you doing, Beth? I miss you so much. I've been thinking of you and praying for you. But welcome in. I'm happy to see you here. Teresa Lewis, welcome in. Mississippi Girl says, I'm ready, enjoying the sister cruises. Oh, you're enjoying the sister cruises. So that would be our Mediterranean cruise. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a different vibe of a cruise, but we had a great time. So again, that full series is out. Jonathan says, yep, I waited up, especially. Now I'm blushing. Parker's on the Go, another channel member. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you being here and all of your support. On the Go with YOLO is speaking of Parker's on the Go. Marjorie says, I love your shirt. Oh, yes, my shirt is Special Olympics Ohio. Mm-hmm. And Ron's says, radiate kindness. So autism awareness. So absolutely, we try to rock our shirts all the time.
And for those that don't know, we do have an autistic son. His name's Andrew, and we do everything to support him and his adventures. And he's a big advocate in Special Olympics, and that's where we do most of our free time with him.
Yep. So he loves it, and You know, whatever he loves, we love, and yeah, that's fun. D&W Love to Cruise, welcome in, says, good evening, just finished work. Thanks for being a channel member, and we appreciate you being here, even after a long day of work, I'm sure, but thanks for being here. Curtis Polk, hello, family from Texas. Welcome in, welcome in. Let's see here. Julie B says, I'm glad you are feeling better. Yes, I am. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Well, you know, I have to ask Curtis, what part of Texas are you from? So if you could just comment. I did 18 years in Houston. I say it like a prison sentence because it was so hot and humid.
Yeah. Well, Curtis comments a lot. I share his comments. He's the one that makes the comments about the Beach Boys.
Oh, the Beach Boys. Yes. The 7 minutes of footage that I still owe.
Yeah, he still owes. That hasn't happened yet.
Yes.
Team Reese Travels, welcome in. Welcome in. Says, hi, everyone. Happy Chit Chat Tuesday. Thanks for being here. Let's see. Happy all is well. Way to cover your wife. Absolutely. Connie, welcome in. Autumn's in Michigan. Thanks for being here. Let's see here. Jonathan says, you're glad I'm better. Yes, thank you so much, guys. I really do appreciate that. Curtis says, you go, Ron, husband of the year.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking.
Purpose says, she sounds like me. Ron puts that statement on repeat. Yeah, you'll pick up on some of those statements. He'll continue to say over and over and over again. Let's see. All the Mays, thanks for being here and thanks for being a channel member. It says, wonderful to hear you're doing good. I am. And Adrian from Ink Spills Travels, thanks for being here. Appreciate all your support as well. Ella McKinley, hello. Denise, I hope you're doing well. Welcome in. She says, happy, beautiful Tuesday. It is a beautiful Tuesday. All right, so let's start. C is starting us off here. It says, in your opinion, what is the most accessible port and what is the least accessible port? Oh, gosh. Now, guys, I haven't been to all ports. I honestly don't know. I can tell you the least accessible port that we've been to was Progreso, Mexico. So Yucatan, Progreso, Mexico. That was the least accessible port. If you're not familiar with that port, you have to actually take a shuttle. It's like 5 or 6 miles into the town. There's nothing right there at the port. Well, they don't offer accessible vans or shuttles that'll get you to the town. So if you're traveling with someone, when we cruised there, my sister Cheryl, we were on Carnival Valor, and she had a scooter at the time. And we kind of asked before we got off the ship, you know, if they had them. They did not. And even once we got to the bus, we went to ask, and they said they do not. So pretty much if you go to Progreso, as of July of last year, I don't know if it's been updated. We have not been back to that port, but they did not. So pretty much if you were on in a wheelchair, scooter, you are not able to go past the port area because there was no way to get. And the distance, like I said, it's like 5 or 6 miles, and you cannot walk it.
I thought you would have given a different answer. Based on watching the sister series, I thought you would have talked about the places in Europe and Africa.
Yeah, you're right.
Cobblestone streets and uneven.
You're right. Yeah. I mentioned that. When did I mention that? Oh, on my tips for the Mediterranean cruise. There were certain ports in the Mediterranean that were more accessible, but they're not designed that way. I think right now, if you do some research on like Europe and like ADA laws and things, it's not something that they are required to do like we are here in the US. And it sounds like they're in the works of creating this plan, and it should be finalized by 2025, where they're going to make public areas accessible, ADA accessible. So there were some ports where, like I said, there weren't accessible vans or buses. A lot of the streets were very narrow, and I know that those won't be fixed, but like as far as like having ramps and things like that, there were some ports that didn't have that. But it's just something that it's not a requirement currently there. But the most accessible port, I don't know. I'm going to probably say Cozumel, because I know Cozumel, like you can catch a buggy from the ship to the port entrance. I do know for a fact that they have accessible vans and taxis there. And they keep them to the side. So as you get there, they'll always have, I shouldn't say always, they'll have a van there. And if not, they'll get it to you quickly. So I know Cozumel's pretty accessible if you require like wheelchair assistance, things like that. So
now, where did we go when we went on Cheryl's cruise? Because they seem to be pretty accessible. Cheryl's birthday cruise.
Nassau?
Yes.
Yeah, Nassau's pretty accessible too. We have not been back to Nassau. We were in Nassau 12 times last year. But this year, I mean, we we've only been to Nassau a couple times, but not since the new port opened. So we'll have to check that out next, when we go. But yeah, guys, so we're talking about cruising and it being accessible because we truly believe that cruising is designed for everyone. I did share on our social media a quick clip yesterday, I think it was yesterday, talking about how there are organizations out there that they help make cruising accessible for everyone. So if you're watching this live stream and you've never cruised or feel like, oh, cruising's not for me because I have some sort of medical limitation or some sort of disability or physical disability, guys, do your research. There are organizations out there that can help you with cruising. And most cruise lines are pretty accessible. They provide, there's companies such as like Scoot Around, Special Needs at Sea, where you can rent scooters, wheelchairs, oxygen tanks, things like that. Cruise lines, they offer accessible cabins. They have different types of accessible cabins, those that are for those that require full accessibility. So things such as like a roll-in shower. They may have it to where like your balcony, you're not going to have to step down, or your bathroom, you're having to step down. Larger spaces.
And even for the not that drastic, I'm a diabetic. They give me pen dispensers.
Yes.
And I sleep with a breathing machine that I think is very sexy. But I mean, they give you an extension cord. So it's little stuff like that that makes it really accommodating for people that you might look at and say, well, I don't see a disability or I don't see a need.
Right. And so it's recommended, like when you book your cruise, first off, I highly encourage, and guys, I'm gonna put it out there, I am a travel advisor. We own our own travel agency, but I feel like there's a travel advisor for everyone. But if you're working with an experienced travel advisor, they're going to help guide you through those things if you have limitations. But my recommendation is to book early. Cruise itineraries come out about 2 years in advance. And those accessible cabins, there's not a whole lot on each ship. So a ship might only have 20 accessible cabins. And unfortunately, and I do hate this, I do know of people that book accessible cabins that don't require them. And they do this because they want to have that extra space. Cruise lines by law, they can suspect that you don't have a disability, but you really can't call somebody out. Guys, I have a disability. I don't look it, but so they can't. So when you book the cruise, they'll put like a little disclaimer on there to say, you need to be sure that you require this cabin. If not, we can remove you. They won't do that because how can they question you and your disability? And they will ask information about like what types of things may you need. Do you need like a raised stool for the toilet, or do you need a shower that has a stool or something in there for you? So they'll ask those questions, but I do know people do that, unfortunately. But yeah, book early so that way you can get the cabin you want. Because I just recently had a couple clients that needed accessible cabins. They're looking to cruise like November, and unfortunately there's nothing left. So book early if you have those needs. Also, another organization, I mentioned this before, Autism on the Seas is a spectacular organization. I will be cruising with them in February. So if you have someone that has autism, cerebral palsy, Down syndrome, any type of disability, and guys, they operate for kids all the way up to, however old you are. It doesn't matter. And what they do is, typically it's through Royal Caribbean or Disney Cruise right now. I think they're working with Celebrity Cruises. I'm not sure about Carnival yet, but pretty much you pay the price that you see on Carnival. I mean, you pay the price that you see on like Disney or Royal Caribbean. But depending on what type of support you want for your individual special needs, you may pay a small, like 1-to-1 fee, or you might have your child with someone else or your adult with someone else volunteer. So like I'll be volunteering, and pretty much the entire cruise, I am with that individual and their family. And the family will have time for respite to go off and do things. We'll do things together. So it's great. And it really does provide them with that experience. And anyone that volunteers with Autism on the Seas has to have some sort of educational background, certified speech therapist, work with children, work with adults, work in the education arena somehow. But that's another organization to consider. But back to
anyone on the spectrum.
Yeah, anyone on the spectrum. Then there's also resources that cruise lines have, such as Culture City. I did do a video on Culture City some time ago, where they offer anyone that has sensory needs. And I know most people, when you travel and you have someone that has sensory needs, you tend to pack your own things. But if you forget something, like, you can go to Carnival and check out a sensory kit, and they'll have things such as like fidgets. They'll have sound canceling headphones. They'll give you a lanyard that the crew, because they're trained and they're certified in this, if they were to see our Andrew, now Andrew has used the kit a couple times, but if they saw Andrew, walking one of the decks and he just seemed like he was lost, or if he was having some sort of breakdown, they kind of know what to do, and they see his lanyard, they know, okay, he's going to require some support. They're going to find us. They're going to help support him. So it's really great. So Culture City and most cruise lines are certified in it. They don't always advertise it though, and some of them have different things. So like Royal Caribbean, they have on the TV, they have the autism channel. So if you're in your cabin, there's an autism channel that has shows and movies that are engaging for someone that may have autism or be on the spectrum. They have a lending library of toys and things like that. But guys, these things aren't advertised. You have to go and ask for them. So that's why I'm kind of sharing some of this with you. But again, get a travel advisor that kind of knows these things and can help guide you and help you get those resources. I mean, it's just like in school. We provide students with the resources they need to be successful. There are resources out there for those who want to cruise to have a fun and enjoyable cruise.
Yes.
Let's go back to the comments real quick. Let's see. Tracy says, when is the best time to book a Disney cruise? They seem to be really expensive. Guys, now is not the time to book a Disney cruise. Oh my gosh. Hold on. I'm sorry. So guys, this new Disney ship, I don't know if y'all have seen the prices, but Treasure is insane. Like insane. I've been working on quotes for people. And guys, I have not been allowing people to waste my time on this. Like, if you're messaging me and you're telling me your budget is $400 a person, I'm just replying back to say, hey, are you able to adjust your budget? Is it flexible? I mean, is it like really, really flexible? And if it's not, I'm just not. Because guys, I mean, like, I quoted somebody, it was like 3 people, and this is a week-long cruise, and it was like $8,000. It's insane. So I don't know the answer to the best time to book a Disney cruise, but the best time to cruise in general is off season. Now, Disney is one of those cruise lines where there's always going to be children on board, and families will take their kids out of school to get on a Disney cruise. So Disney doesn't have as much like kid downtime as other cruise lines, because people, for the most part, families cruise on Disney.
Yes.
But definitely off season. Summers are going to be the highest. Holidays will be the highest. So that goes for any cruise line. But yes, Disney is extremely expensive. All right, let's see.
Didn't you do one customer that was almost 20 some odd thousand?
Yeah. And I've had some where, Disney is within their budget. I've had quite a few clients that have, guys, I don't spend what's in people's pockets, but I've had some clients spend $20,000 on a Disney cruise. And I mean, that if that works, that works. For me, it's a bit expensive. When I know I can take that and do X number of cruises, but yeah, it's all relative depending on your financial situation. Let's see here. Inkspill's speaking to cruise cadets. Julie B. Adventure says, will you be cruising on the Icon? Gosh. I just said the other day I wasn't going to share, but guys, I can't keep a poker face.
No,
so I'm going to
to
share this. I'm going to share this with you guys, the 74 of you guys watching. If you guys I will share if we get to 50 thumbs up. So I'll come back to that question. Remind me to come back to that. If we get 50 thumbs up, I'll share some information. Let's see here. On the go with YOLO, I can see that. I play in the casino and I get a lot of free offers. It is hard to venture out to new lines when you only have to pay taxes and fees. Absolutely. Hey guys, the funny thing is, as much as we've cruised Carnival, now we pay full. You guys don't understand. We pay full fare. Every so often we might get like a travel agent discount somewhere. But for the most part, we pay full price for our cruises. We do not get casino offers because, I mean, you guys see me in the casino, but usually what you see in the casino is probably all I've done in the casino. But it's funny because someone had this logic that Carnival does not send out casino offers when you have cruises booked. Well, this past year, I strategically said, I'm going to try this out. I'm not going to book any Carnival cruises. I'm going to let them, the ones that I had booked, I'm going to just I'm going to go on those, but I'm not going to book any. Guys, we're getting casino offers. So now it's tempting because we were trying to get away from Carnival for a little bit. But y'all, some of these casino deals are really, now mine aren't like some people post like they have suites and they have, like I have a client, guys, that gets limo rides to the port. I didn't even know that existed. So, I mean, there's like, a high tier, like we're kind of low tier, like we get free interior cabins, which for us is amazing. So we'll take it. But yeah, so I tested out that logic and it seems to work. I don't take my word, guys. So I don't want you to come back and say I told you that. Robbie Campbell, welcome in. Thanks for being here, guys. I'm sorry, this chat is just moving all over the place. What is going on? Let's see here. I'm sorry, I'm trying to go back to the comments.
We only got 6 more thumbs up needed.
Yeah.
But we should have a lot more than that since there's almost 80 of you guys.
Let's see. Robbie Campbell. See, was he speaking to Parker's on the go? Chris Bitts, we had such a great time chatting and can't wait to share the interview. Yes, I had a really good time. So guys, again, there's a link at the very top of the chat. Please go subscribe to Cruise Kibitz, share them out, turn the notification bell on. They have some amazing podcasts there already available. But if you want to catch an exclusive interview that they did with me, that'll be out on the 21st. Let's see. All right, Cruise Kibitz, an exclusive interview. T. Marie says, yes, it was an amazing time. Parker's in the Ghost says, thank you for announcing. Absolutely. Latanya and Amai says, wait, are y'all in Ohio? What city? We are in Cleveland. Yes, we're near Columbus. Yes. So we are in Ohio. Originally from, he's from Texas. I'm from Florida.
I'm from Rhode Island.
Oh, sorry. He's from Rhode Island. He's lived most of his life in Texas. I knew that. Guys, he always talks about Texas. He doesn't talk about Rhode Island. So that's kind of just... Anyway. So yeah, we're here in Ohio for now. We've been here for 12 years now. Yeah, 12 years. On the Go says, yep, joining the October session. So on the Go, Yellow speaking of the Content Creators Roundtable. So definitely, guys, like I said, go over to Parker's on the Go. Siobhan, she has that information. I'll put a link in the description box here when we finish. And also Jen Danielle, she's also doing that. Ink Spills Travel, Adrian's part of that as well. She said the Roundtable is indeed great. And she is killing those challenges. I've been kind of slacking, but there's like a daily challenge and you've been on top of it every single day. Chris Kibitz says, yes, it's a movement. It is. Parker's gonna go, yes, we're doing amazing things at the Roundtable. Absolutely. Curtis Polk says, I believe they are in Columbus, Ohio. You are correct. Can't wait for the group cruise. Can't wait to meet you, Rachel. What is the occupancy on the cabins? I'm thinking you're referring to accessible cabins. Accessible cabins, they have them to where they can fit up to 2 to 4 people. Usually, like I'm thinking like Carnival specifically, a lot of theirs is only 2, but sometimes you can fit up to 4 people in there. They might have like the drop down Pullman beds. So you can fit sometimes up to 4 people. Parker's Nigo says, you guys are skyrocketing. We're trying, guys. It's rough.
It is.
It's rough.
We do have another announcement. I think, and I'm just going to claim it, I think we are the largest travel vloggers in the city of Pickerington, Ohio.
I think so too.
I think we can say that.
So. I think so too. Well, we'll claim that. Your favorite couple, welcome in. Thanks for being here. It says we are happy to be here. Yes. And guys, if you aren't following your favorite couple, go follow them. They are doing right now their Couples Who Travel series that premieres on Fridays, right around the time we do our premiere, usually after, and they're doing their couples that travel. So check them out. And then their vlogs right now they're working on, I believe it's Wonder of the Seas. So yeah. Speaking of Wonder of the Seas, we have 54 thumbs up. So thank you guys for that.
Yes, thank you.
So Icon of the Seas, I think it was Julie B asked, will we be on Icon of the Seas? No, we won't be on Icon of the Seas. I will be on Icon of the Seas. So I received a special invite to attend it's not the inaugural sailing. It is a preview sailing. It'll take place right before the inaugural sailing. So we'll have some pretty cool content coming out. We'll be one of the first on board. So it'll be myself, and the invite was for myself and one other. And guys, I wanted Ron to go with me, but with the kids, we don't have any living grandparents. So we don't, it's one of us watching the kids usually. So it'll be myself and my sister Regina going on Icon of the Seas before the inaugural sailing. So like I said, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and get subscribed, turn that notification bell on, because we'll be going live. Guys, I'm going to enjoy the ship, but I'm really going to be working to bring you guys some great content, because I know a lot of you guys are booked on Icon, are curious to see what Icon's going to be like, and I will be pushing that content out, so you definitely want to be along for the ride, so make sure that notification bell is on. But yes, we'll be on Icon. We do not have plans as a family to be on Icon yet. We had a family conversation. If you guys, one of our first live streams actually, we had a family conversation on the cost of Icon, which I think at that time was like $8,000 or $9,000 for the 5 of us. And we kind of said, okay, we have these options. We can do Icon of the Seas, or we can do 4 or 5 other cruises. And who said? I
think Andrew might have.
Yeah, Andrew said he wanted to go on Icon of the Seas. And Jill Marie and Dice, they were like, no, we'll go on other cruises. We're fine. So we kind of held on to that. But we're not going to be on Icon of the Seas as a family, but we will be on the inaugural sailing of Utopia of the Seas in July. So we will be on the inaugural of that. So the sister ship of it, so we'll experience that, because that price was a little more reasonable for our family. But yes, to answer that question. Let's see. Denise says, Ron is hilarious. He didn't know about the surprise additional cruises. Y'all, he just doesn't pay attention. He knows about all these cruises, but I think there's so many of them, he can't keep track, especially when he's not on them. Well, he doesn't even know which ones he's on.
Yeah, that's true.
T-Marie says, I love the sister cruises too. I got to catch up with the new Celebration boarding day cruise. So excited to be sailing on her for Thanksgiving. Oh, you guys are going to have fun. You guys are going to have fun sailing on Celebration. We love we sailed on it twice and loved it. We'll be on Carnival Magic for Thanksgiving, so excited for that. But if you didn't, we were on Celebration for the inaugural.
Yes. And
we went on it again. So that series is what's currently playing. All right, let me see if there's any other questions. Jonathan says, I especially enjoy the vlogs with Cheryl. She's a scream. Yeah, she's a trip. We're going on the Celebration end of January. Celebration reviews help so much. Hope one day we can catch a cruise with you guys. Absolutely. With the May says, love the sister vlog. Cheryl is hilarious. She's just eating up these comments, I know. See what C says, yeah, Progresso is long. Yes, it is. Oh, wow, didn't know the buses that ran weren't accessible either. Nope, they weren't. And we asked at guest services before Cheryl took her scooter off. They said it was not. And when we got to the buses, we asked and we double checked. No, not at all. So, and I wish the cruise lines would publish that somewhere, because if I'm confined to a wheelchair, I'm going to be upset if I get to a port and you're telling me that I'm only stuck here in the port area, because that's not how we cruise. We don't just hang in the port area. Yeah, we want to get out and explore. So I feel like they need to get on board with that. And again, this was as of July of 2022. I don't know if there's been changes since then, but as of July 2022, it's not accessible. Following Autobot Diva, welcome in. Must be from Ohio. Following the Ferguson says, hi, hope you guys have a lovely Tuesday. Same to you guys. It's still long and there's a lot of construction as of July 2023. Yeah, because I'll tell you, Progresso is my least favorite port. Been there twice, and that's my least favorite port. It says, hey, Ron, I live in Austin now, grew up in Houston, close to one of your old stomping grounds, I believe.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I did most of my time in the 5th Ward. I owned large dry cleaners there back in the 80s. So, going to make me reminisce and cry.
LF McKinley says, can you still use onboard credit before boarding your cruise? Right now for Carnival and Royal Caribbean, you can. It's kind of limited. Like I don't think they put the full amount of onboard credit. Now I know that they had some recent updates because it's been driving us travel advisors crazy with Carnival. Let me not speak on that until I see all of the features of the new update. But Carnival, yeah, you could use onboard credit. Royal Caribbean, you can use onboard credit. Celebrity, you can. I'm probably sharing too much. But Celebrity, you can use onboard credit. I won't share about that yet. But let's see. More comments. What is the occupancy on the cabins? Oh, hold on. The comments keep scrolling. Let's see. The bus we were on was able to break down my mom's scooter. Well, that's good. That's really good. But what if it's someone that's confined to a wheelchair? Are they able to get on? Because I think that was a big thing. That was a big thing. Jonathan says, one of my favorite islands is, oh, we have a member.
Yay!
Miss Ash B Dash has become a member. Thank you so much for being a member, guys. We do have channel memberships, and they range from 99 cents to $4.99 if you want to become a member. I do share some exclusive member information, and we will start having members only live stream starting next month. So I'll be sharing that information. But Jonathan says he loves the smells and all of the spices. It's amazing. So that's a port we have not been to. We'll have to get that on an itinerary soon. Marjorie says, Raquel, Ohio's known for their concerts, so I may be tempted to come see or visit with you. What concerts?
Well, they had the Boys to Men concert.
Well, I mean that, yeah. I tend to go to Cincinnati when there's concerts. I love going to concerts. We tend to go to Cincinnati for the most part for concerts. I don't feel like, especially with Columbus being the capital, they just don't do as much as other areas. But because I'm gonna get back to some of these accessibility questions because I did have I get off on tangents, but we did have some people post questions on our Facebook and YouTube with specific questions about accessibility and just some general cruise questions. Right. So one person asked, do cruise lines have mobility equipment for rent on the ships? The answer to that is no. The cruise lines do not have equipment like wheelchairs, scooters, walkers for you to rent. Now they will have a couple of those available for emergency purposes and for those guests who require like wheelchair assistance from the terminal to the cruise ship and then from the cruise ship back through the terminal. But they do not have them for you to rent. You have to rent them through one of the companies such as Scoot Around or Special Needs at Sea. You rent them in advance and then they will put them in the terminal, sometimes even in your cabin, depending on your ability level. And it'll be ready for you to go when you get to the terminal. So don't expect, like if you need a wheelchair, scooter, or anything like that, do not get on the cruise expecting them to have it because they will not let you just borrow it or rent it. They have a few available for emergencies if somebody trips and falls or something like that. But no, they do not have mobility equipment on the ship to rent, but they will provide you with, like you said, like the needles container. You are able to take oxygen tanks on. So they have certain things, but if you're looking for mobility device, they will not offer that for you. Prearranged. Now things such as like a toilet stool or a what do you call it? Yeah, toilet stool.
Lifter.
Things like that they will have, but anything else, but like to get you around the ship, you need to either bring your own. And also with that, when you bring your own, because I had this issue with a client, you can't just, if you're in a wheelchair or scooter, you can't just bring it. You have to let the cruise line know that you are bringing it, because every so often you might find that the width of your scooter or wheelchair may not fit through the door. And if it's one of those that can't collapse, then you're kind of stuck in a situation, and they do not allow those to stay out on the hallway. So if you have your own, sometimes you don't need an accessible cabin if you feel like you don't need that space. But just double check, make sure that the width of the door. And again, as a cruise advisor, like I'm able to look up deck plans and find the width. So, you know, like I said, it's easy enough just to call or book through a travel advisor because we can give you that information without you having to wait on hold with the cruise line. Next question, are service dogs allowed on ships? The answer to that is yes. The answer to that is yes. Yes, service dogs are allowed on ships with reason. And what I mean by that is people confuse sometimes service dogs with emotional support dogs. Emotional support dogs are not allowed. Service dogs are allowed. And the difference between like an emotional support dog and a service dog is a service dog helps you with human function. So a service dog is going to help you see. They're going to help you hear. They're going to help you if you have low blood sugar. They're helping you with something that you need in order to live and thrive and survive. And so that's what a service dog is. Emotional support dog is different. They do not allow emotional support dogs. So your service dog has to be certified. That is something that you absolutely have to disclose when you book your cruise. And then you'll get information as to, you know, like where they might have like a dog relief area. You don't find it often. Like I've only seen maybe 3 or 4 service dogs on cruises. So it doesn't happen often. But if you have a service dog, your service dog can cruise. But you just have to make sure that you talk to the cruise line to get all the information you need. But emotional support dogs, like my David Ruffin, he can't go. As much as I would love, and he would love to go, because guys, he has separation anxiety. He would love to go. He can't go because he's not a service dog. So next question. It says, are there any special accommodations made for people with physical disabilities when boarding the ship? Yes. And that's not just for those with physical disabilities. It could be someone that has like a mental disability, or someone that has a developmental delay or autism. That when you make your booking, you have to specify that there is some sort of disability. And what happens is when you check in at the terminal, now guys, they don't always they don't always know that. You have to tell them, like when you're going through the line, usually they will not make you wait in the line if there's a line outside the terminal. You just go up to someone and say, hey, we have someone disabled in our party. Usually they can scan and see that it was notated on the account. Sometimes they'll just let you go through. They won't ask any questions. They'll have you go through a separate line for your documents and your boarding pass and all that. And then they'll usually have you sit in a separate area in the boarding area so that you're the first ones on. So usually those that have notated disabilities, whether it's physical or what have you, they usually board even before like the priority cruise members, just to beat the crowd and, you know, be able to take your time to get there.
Every port does it different, because we've experienced in Alaska where it was completely different than some of the other ports that we did when onboarding with Andrew. Yeah.
Now, Alaska, remind me, was Alaska?
They asked the medical questionnaire. They pulled us to the side.
Yeah, they did. They did. So we were really impressed with when we were in Alaska. They asked a lot of questions, and they were like, well, does he need this? Does he need that? And we were like, oh, wow. Yeah. So it just depends. But if they don't ask you, or if you don't see a line specifically for those requiring support, just ask, and they will direct you where you need to go. Usually they don't ask any questions. Now, don't be someone, and guys, I hate to say this, but people do it. Don't be someone that pretends to have, or, to have that area, or to be in this exclusive area. Only use it if you need to use it. So
don't take advantage.
Don't take advantage. But it is available for those who need it. And wheelchair assistance, if you need wheelchair assistance, they will get you guys. If you've ever walked the gangway, it's long. Sometimes they're not air conditioned, but if you have trouble walking long distances, definitely just ask for wheelchair support. They will wheel you from the terminal through the gangway, and they'll drop you off right at the front door. They won't wheel you to your cabin, but they'll drop you off there, and then you kind of make way. You're on your own.
So one of the things that I've noticed is that there are a lot of people that do not advocate for those services. So please advocate for yourself if you find yourself in that type of need.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with it.
Absolutely. Are ports accessible, and do they have mobility equipment for rent? Again, not every country, not every island has mobility, have ADA laws. You have to do your research for that. I try to, if you guys watch my blogs, I try to mention when I'm in a port or if I'm in an area of things that would be more accessible, or if it's not accessible, I try to be intentional about that. So you might pick up on some of that on our vlogs. Not every port is accessible. I would say your safest thing is if you require like a wheelchair lift or a scooter, that you book a short excursion through the ship, because they will tell you whether it's an accessible excursion, and they'll get you from the ship to wherever the excursion pickup point is. And guys, a lot of the ports, most of the ports actually, they have like golf carts that if you have somebody that has trouble walking or someone that has a medical condition that can't, they will get you from the ship. There's usually a meetup spot right outside the ship. Now, sometimes you might have to wait a little bit, but they'll pick you up from right outside the ship. And instead of you having to walk that long pier through Cozumel, they will get you where you need to be. So look for that as well.
Now, I do want to say that when we was in Honduras doing the cave tubing, Belize, there was a lady who had mobility issues, and she and her party did not know that it was almost a mile hike to get to the cave tubing. But the people that was doing the cave tubing, they were awesome. They helped her, they assisted her, they made sure she got to enjoy the time.
Yes, but don't expect that. I mean,
yes,
that was like, we were so impressed. But guys, read your excursions too, because they'll tell you what the activity level is, and if you need to have stamina, and if it's a lot of walking, you kind of really have to watch for that, because that was, if you guys saw our cave tubing, it was a lot of hiking. It was more than we anticipated. And this lady was so frail. We were so worried about her, but they helped her out. But that's not going to be the case at every port. So All the May says, it makes my soul happy to hear that ships are so great with autism. I'm always concerned when I travel with my autistic grandson because I don't know how he will do. Now, I can tell you that Carnival and Royal Caribbean, because those are our two primary ones that we've done with Andrew, they're amazing. The crew's amazing. The kids teens club. Now, the issue now is, and I'm going to share this. The issue now is Andrew's an adult. And so he doesn't have that protection of the kids clubs, the teens clubs. So our cruising experience with him is a little bit different than it was. He turned 18 in May. And we've gone on, 2 cruises with him since?
Yes.
And so it's very different. And so we're saying the crew, they're amazing and supportive and understanding. You're not going to always find that with the guests. And I say that because we ran into an issue, and we didn't vlog this, but we ran into an issue on one of our last cruises. So Andrew's autistic, but he's nonverbal. He's mostly nonverbal, but he's kind of high function. Like, he knows, like, if you tell him to go do something, he can go do it. You might have to tell him a couple of times, but he's great with his phone and his device. Like, he, will text us. He will, call us, FaceTime, whatever. So he's good with that. He's pretty good at telling time and knowing, he needs to check in at this time. So we allowed him to have a little bit of freedom. And usually Dyson's with him or in the general area. So there was a situation where I think Dyson was playing basketball and Drew was sitting by the pool. Well, apparently there was an issue where, so because he doesn't speak, he sometimes will look at people, and I understand your perception is he's staring at me, or it's creepy, or it's whatever. But he just doesn't know what to say. And so we had a situation where a lady reported to security that he was staring at her daughter. The girl was his age. We found out later he really wanted to engage and talk with her, but he didn't know how to go about that. So instead of, and I use this phrase, seek to understand, instead of the lady seeking to understand, or, guys, you can pick up. I mean, you don't want to assume that somebody has a disability, but a lot of times you can pick up on that. And he wasn't doing anything wrong. Like, there was no harm in it. Like, he wasn't approaching her. He wasn't doing anything. He was just kind of sitting, and he was listening to his music, and then he would glance up, and security said they didn't see anything on camera other than he he would, be bobbing his head and doing his music, and then he would look up at the girl, and then he would continue on with that or whatever. So I say that because everyone on the ship is not understanding, or they don't have enough. I don't know.
I don't want to say wherewithal. They don't have enough. Sometimes they're sheltered.
Yes. So they don't have those
experiences.
Yes. So just kind of be cautious with that. But the crew, they are amazing.
Very amazing.
Yes. Let's see. Sharon, how do you say that? Sharon DeLynn says, I just booked the Disney Treasure today. Oh my gosh. Well, congratulations on that. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know when our next Disney cruise is going to be, but yes, that's awesome. I've had some clients book Disney Treasure, but yeah, that's expensive. And she said the Icon of the Seas is very expensive too. Guys, Icon of the Seas is ridiculous. It really is. And the prices, like they released for late 2024, 2025, and I thought maybe, you know, with it being that far out, it would be cheaper. It's not. It's really not. T. Marie says, yeah, we always take RJ out of school for Disney cruises. Those summer break prices made me want to cry. Yeah. So Disney's always going to be packed with kids regardless of the time of year. On the go, Jill says 72 watching, so that should not be hard. Yes, thank you. Oh, Parker's on the go. I did tell her, I said, I told Siobhan, I said, remind me if I'm not supposed to share something. If I start sharing too much, she said, you are not to share. Yeah, Carnival said they're stopping the travel agent rates. And guys, honestly, the Carnival's travel agent rates are, compared to other cruise lines, they're not good. When the restart first happened, they were awesome. But after, yeah, they're not really worth it. Let's see. So, is it Lazada Martinez? First time here. Well, welcome. Thanks for being here.
Welcome.
Let's see. It's almost that time, but let's see. We have a couple other questions. Parker's on the Go says, if you're interested in the roundtable, just message me. Yes, guys, go over and follow Parker's on the Go. Let's see. Eve is here. Welcome in. Thanks for being here. On the Go says, the cabin's available on your group cruise. What is the occupancy? Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, the occupancy. I can fit 2 to 4 people in the cabins that I have, so we can make it work. I think that claim is safe, Ron. Your favorite couple says, thanks for the shout out. Rachel says, sorry, Ron, I'm sure she will miss you. Yeah, I always miss them. Because I really need a break. I love you. I love the kids, but yeah, especially with me being home now, and guys, we're home together. So yeah, a break is not a bad thing. My sister says, I will too. I can't wait to sell on the Icon with you. So yeah, my sister Regina is going on Icon with me. We're super excited for that. We'll actually get a sneak peek. We'll be one of the first on the new adult only. Oh my gosh, what is it called?
The Island?
Oh my gosh, guys, what is it called? Royal Caribbean's new adults only. I've been sharing and posting about it. I can't think of it. But they have an exclusive adults only section of the beach. What is it called?
Is it the Yacht Club? Or?
No, Yacht Club is MSC. Okay. Anyways, you guys know what I'm talking about. I shared about it. My mind is just gone right now. So we'll get a sneak peek of that because they're going to be doing the ribbon cutting around that time. So we'll be there to see that too. I saw that on your Facebook page. Nice, congrats. Thank you. Where you go when on Icon? On Icon, we're just going to Coco Cay. So for my cruise, it's just a 3-day. It's not the full 7 days, just 3 days. It might actually be 6. We'll find out soon. But right now it's 3 days and it's going to Coco Cay. Team Marie says, that's amazing. Can't wait to see the preview. Warm it up for us. I will do that. I know a lot of people will be on that inaugural. And I really wanted to do it because I cannot. The price, just can't do it. Marie says, going on Elation next month. Very excited. Yes, we have Elation vlogs out there. Elation is an oldie but goodie. We loved it. We like the older ships. So yes. It's a small ship. They don't have a whole lot of dining options. That would probably be our only complaint.
But what we like about it is that you can sit at the aft of the ship and just watch the water. You're not enclosed. I like the outdoor space.
Yeah. Sea Life with Us says, hi family, I'm tardy for the party. I hope you're doing well. I love the Mediterranean vlogs. Thank you for being here. We're doing fine. Oh, did I miss Buckle Up Adventures somewhere? Well, Buckle Up Adventures, thanks for being here, Courtney. I appreciate it. Together We Travel, welcome in, welcome in. I'm missing all these people. I'm sorry, guys. If I skipped your names because this chat is like bouncing up and down, so I apologize. Cynthia from Chicago says, I really enjoy all of your videos and your family are awesome. Thank you so much. We appreciate all the support.
Thank you.
Everyday Getaways, we just got off the Carnival Peninsula and had a great time. Thanks for the videos about the ship. Yeah, I'm glad you guys had a great time and thanks for being here. On the Go says, my mom uses Scoot Around. Yes, they're a reliable company. I definitely recommend them. Jonathan says, where I live in the UK is very close to the port of Southampton, where cruise ships depart. Saves on the flight, which is good. Plenty of options, including cruises to Scandinavia and to the Mediterranean. Yes, I actually just booked someone porting out of there, so that's pretty cool. Julie B. Adventures. How far in advance can you purchase cruise travel insurance? My cruise is 12/10/23. Guys, you should actually book your travel insurance when you book your cruise. The reason for that is a lot of and we're going to take about 10 more minutes.
Okay.
He's starting to shift. He's starting to nudge me. Because our kids, I didn't tell them what they're doing back there. But travel insurance, you want to book it when you book your cruise. The reason for that is if you happen to have any pre-existing conditions, if you don't do it like within 10 days of booking your cruise, if you have to file a claim related to something that you already have, then the cruise line may not, or the insurance company may not reimburse. So it's recommended to buy it when you book your cruise, even if you don't know. So people feel like you have to have an exact amount to, because what I get from a lot of my clients, guys, I'm no insurance broker. I cannot advise on specifics for insurance. Legally, I cannot, but I can tell you that I get clients all the time that are like, well, the cruise is X. I'm not booking my flights for another year, so I don't want to get the insurance so I know how much the flights are. Well, you can do like a roundabout figure or figure out how much is it that you're not willing to lose. So if you know your cruise is $2,000 and on average you're probably going to spend $1,000 on your flights, then when you do your insurance, you can just put down like $3,000 and it's going to help cover in the event of cancellation or delays or whatever. So yeah.
Could I answer that?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I was an advocate of never buying insurance until recently we started cruising, and we actually had to file a few claims. And now I won't cruise without it because there's so many things that could happen. Look at all the weather that's happening on the East Coast. I mean, you're protected if the cruise cancels. And
people don't understand that. And I've had some clients recently with Lee and some of the other tropical storms that were trying to figure out what their options were. And it's like, hey, you don't have travel insurance. If the cruise, you cannot, if there is, people don't understand this. If there's a tropical storm,
named storm,
or hurricane, usually it's very rare for a cruise line to cancel. They will find ways to go around the storm. They will change your itinerary. They'll do all of these different things before they cancel your cruise. And like I had someone that I actually had 2 people reach out during this time that didn't have travel insurance and like, can I add it on now? No, because that's like insurance fraud. If you, once a storm is named, it's named. You can't get insurance now because it's named and you think something's going to happen. That's considered insurance fraud. So book it as soon as you can, but just know that if there is a hurricane or anything like that happens, if you don't have insurance, if you cancel, you're out of your money. If the cruise line cancels, then you can get, usually they'll allow you to get a full refund. Sometimes they won't allow a full refund, but they'll give you a full credit. And then if they have to change the itinerary, they have the right to do that. And they have the right to do that without giving you any reimbursement. But most cruise lines will offer something. They'll offer something. Like I had a client recently on Carnival Paradise. If you guys saw that, Carnival Paradise had to do a cruise to nowhere. Actually, I had 2 clients on that cruise. Cruise to nowhere. They got reimbursed 50% future cruise credit because their one port got canceled, but is because they were going around the storm. So get the insurance as soon as you can, as soon as you book your cruise. That is your best bet. But if not, if you can't do it, then for most cruise lines, you have to add it on before your final payment date. If you're going to use the cruise line's insurance. If you're not going to use the cruise line's insurance, there are third-party vendors. And that was a question someone asked me on Facebook.
There's more.
Tips on travel insurance, best companies to use. The company that I use, and guys, I just recently figured out how you say their name. I was saying Alliance. It's Allianz. Allianz Insurance is the one that we use and we've had the best experience with. Yes. We've also used Travelers Insured. Travelers Insured tends to take a little bit longer to process the claim, whereas Allianz, they have an app. And like literally, like when Jill Marie had to go to the doctor, we submitted the receipt and the doctor's itemized thing. One day, the next day, they were sending us payment. So, and Allianz will track your flights and things. And if there's delays cancellations, they will automatically issue payments. So that is our preferred travel insurance. But as far as like what they cover, it depends on the level that you get. And again, I can't go into specifics on that, but that is the one that I use. That's the one that I recommend to my clients if they don't go with the cruise lines. A couple more questions. JP says, saw your Alaska series, enjoyed your content. Just returned from Royal Princess 7-day to Juneau, Skagway, Glacier Bay, Ketchikan, and BC, Canada. Your trip really made me want to go. Thank you. Well, thank you for sharing that. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, we went to, did we go to all those? We didn't go to Glacier Bay. Yeah, Alaska is amazing. We're going to have to get back to Alaska. I'll be in Alaska next week. Going to Ketchikan. We only have one port. It's a quick sampler cruise for Princess. So I'll be in Ketchikan next week. So excited for that. But yes, thank you for sharing that. Fun times with Ray and Nancy. Welcome in. Thanks for being here. Sig Cruiser. I must have missed her somewhere. Welcome in, Sig. Brian says, hey, y'all from Chicago. Thanks for being here, Brian.
We were there last month?
Yeah.
I was in Chicago.
Yep. Latanya Namaya says, did you utilize Culture City on the celebration? No, we've used Culture City on Carnival. They have it, but we use it on, I think, Sunrise, maybe Elation. But no, we did not use it on Celebration. We don't always have to use it. Sometimes, we'll offer it if Drew wants it, but he's usually, like I said, he's pretty with it. So he doesn't always, he's usually pretty fine without it. I'm sorry that happened to him. What's that referring to? I'll have to come back to that. Please need to be more empathetic. And talking about Andrew. Yes, people need to be more empathetic and willing to understand. Absolutely. Before you go calling security. Because Andrew won't hurt a thing. My team would fit in better with a younger crowd. He still likes to play. How strict are the age restrictions in the kids clubs? So that's our thing. I understand why cruise lines don't allow the adults, even with special needs, to be with the younger kids. There's a liability there. I totally get that, because not every young adult or child with special needs is like our Andrew, or there's
different levels.
Yeah, there's different levels to it. So I totally understand why cruise lines are like that. But yeah, they are very strict with that. So like he's 18 and we've tried to get him in to the kids clubs. Like, hey, he just turned 18. He truly functions like a 9-year-old. Like, no, they will not. And it's truly because it's a liability for them. If, God forbid if, Andrew were to go in there and do something to a kid, he's an adult. He's going to be charged like an adult. They don't care that he, is autistic. So yeah, they don't allow that. Now, sometimes at the kids club, if there's like a 1-year age difference, we have had it to where like Dice and his cousin, they're a year apart, where they've allowed the younger one go to the older one?
Yeah, the younger one to go.
Yeah, the younger one would be able to go to the older one with written consent. So they would allow that. But they would do like a trial period. So they would like say, okay, he can come for a couple of hours. We'll see how he acts. And if he acts fine, we'll allow him to do that. But you have to like sign consent saying that's fine. So they are flexible with that. But like with Drew being an adult, no, he can't go. Let's see, Nick, welcome in. Welcome in, you and Don. Thanks for being here. Thank you so much. Hideaway Beach. I could not think about it. Hideaway Beach. That is the name. Maurice says, I loved y'all's Mediterranean series. That pasta looked good. Are you being funny? Are you talking about the pasta that I laughed at? Guys, yeah. Let's see. Going on MSC Seashore in late November. One of the ports is Costa Maya. Never been there. Any thoughts? I like Costa Maya. Costa Maya is pretty, it's a long walk through, but you can, if you have a wheelchair scooter, you can get through there just fine. There's a lot to do right there in Costa Maya. I do like that port. We'll be back there soon. Patrick English, welcome in. Says I'm here to show y'all love and help me and Chris and the kids can join y'all one time on a trip. Thank you so much, Patrick. We got to get Andrew scheduled. So if you're still watching, send me a message. We got to get him scheduled for his senior photos. Lito and Lanai, thanks for being here. Hold on, that went away. I hope everyone is having a great day. Gloomy day here in Chicago. Yeah, it's beautiful here. We're getting like fall-like weather, so it's been nice. Michelle from Triple Madrid. Michelle, thanks for being here. Hello. All right, Jonathan is going to sleep. We appreciate you being here, Jonathan. Thank you so much.
Good night, Jonathan.
Letitia says, does Carnival Valencia have a nightclub and a white party? They do. But guys, you'll probably never see that kind of stuff in my blogs because I go to bed at 9 o'clock. So I try to stay up and go to the club. It has not happened. I will at some point, but I just can't. I think I showed a little bit of the white party. It happened on the deck, and I went right to sleep. And I only did that because my cabin was right on the Lido deck, like literally the first cabin when you walk out. So I love that. So I think I stepped out just to film a little bit, and I stepped back in. But yes, they do have that. And then my cruising family says hi, Mutual Adventures. Welcome in, my cruising family. And I did start watching your video. She's working with a lawyer to protect all of her content and name and everything. And I think that's such a great idea. But I have it in queue. I have to go back and finish watching it. Inspired Home Decor. I just started cruising again, going on one Saturday. I love watching your cruise vlogs. Well, have fun on your cruise on Saturday, and thanks for watching. Shalana says, so should you still get the insurance for the medical coverage for a medical emergency? I've been getting yearly policies. Great information. So, and I can't speak specifically because I don't know which one, but sometimes the annual policies do not cover the medical emergencies, like the transportation. So you just have to look at your policy to see what it covers. But sometimes I know some people that have like annual policies that still get another policy to supplement because it may not cover. So you have to look at the specifics for yours. All right, there were a couple more, and then we're going to wrap up, guys. Let me see something. Green eggs and ham, somebody asked, was that worth it? No. Well, take it back. It wasn't good, but it was worth for the experience. So green eggs and ham for the kids. Green eggs and ham breakfast is $8 for the kids, I think, $10 for adults. It's offered on Carnival. I don't like the food, but if Joe wants to go to see Dr. Seuss or Cat in the Hat, we're fine with that. It's worth it for the experience for the kids, but it's not good food. Swimming with dolphins, can it be booked on shore, and is it cheaper? If you want to swim with dolphins, it depends on the port. There are some options where you can book online. Like I'm thinking Cozumel, you can book, I think it's Dolphin Cove, I believe. It's right there near Shankanab Beach Park, Shankanab Park. They have Dolphin Cove. A lot of times you can get that cheaper if you book it online in advance. But if you wait till you get to the shore, sometimes it's about the same price as if you book it in advance. But weather in December, is it warm enough to go swimming at the beach? For me, it's not. But it's warm enough. You can, because I get cold so fast, so I don't. If it's not July, I'm not really getting in the ocean. I'm not going. I mean, it depends, but you really won't see us in December. You won't see me in the water. The kids will get in it. I just get cold too easily, so it's not for me. All right, I think that is about it. We went a little bit over.
We had one question I saw.
Brian says, besides cruising, do you guys ever do all-inclusives? We have not as a family. I've done all-inclusive with my sister Cheryl.
And with me. St. Thomas.
It wasn't all-inclusive.
Oh, that's right, it wasn't.
No, St. Thomas does not. St. Thomas has they're not really all-inclusive, but St. Thomas is one of our favorite islands. We went to St. Thomas, but it wasn't all-inclusive. But we'll do land trips, yes, but we don't do all-inclusives. I do plan to possibly start doing more all-inclusives, but we just like cruising. It's fun. It's fun. Well, guys, we're going to go ahead and close this out. We appreciate you guys being here. Is there another question?
I thought I saw someone ask, what do we like to do besides cruising?
Did someone ask that? Well, what do we like to do besides cruising?
I like riding my scooter.
He has a scooter. He likes to ride a scooter. What do I like to cook. So,
very good cook.
Yeah, I like to cook. We spend all of our time with the kids, though. Like our kids are in every activity, so we're constantly with the kids. Yeah, we like to watch Ratchet TV.
Yes, a lot of Ratchet TV.
That's probably a shocker. So when we have some downtime, it's like, what's on with Housewives of Atlanta and
Love is Blind.
I don't know. We don't watch a lot of TV. We watch a lot of YouTube, or I do anyways. I think we need to get rid of our cable, but yeah, Ratchet TV. We do that in our spare time. But we're always with the kids. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in today for our Chit Chat Tuesday. Now, again, next week I will be on Crown Princess. I will probably go live on Tuesday, so make sure that notification bell is on. It probably won't be a Chit Chat Tuesday, but I'll probably go live from the ship at some point. I don't know what time yet, but just put the notification bell on. I'll be going live, but thanks for being here.
And we do have one other surprise. The other surprise is that Raquel will be using another type of camera. on her video. So
it's not a surprise.
I think it's kind of cool.
I posted out there asking about different types of cameras. So we did purchase a Insta360 X3.
No, you purchased it.
I was trying to be politically correct, but anyways, I purchased an Insta360 X3, so I'm excited to try that out on this cruise. Just trying to step up our vlogging game. We'll see. Trying to bring some different perspectives and things. But guys, we appreciate you guys all being here. Again, please subscribe to our friends over at Cruise Kibitz. Check out that exclusive interview with that they did with me. That'll be out on the 21st. If you're not already subscribed to our channel, please consider subscribing. We are over 10,000 now. Our goal is to hit 15K by the end of this year. We have 5 cruises coming up, so you want to make sure that you're subscribed and follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all of that good stuff. But we're going to go ahead and close this out. If you guys have any questions that maybe I didn't answer about cruising and accessibility, drop those in the comments and I will be sure to answer those. But for now, we're going to go ahead and end this, and we will see you guys in 2 weeks. Well, you guys will see me next Tuesday. So I'll see you guys later.
Bye for
Have
now.
a good week.